We have a problem. Organizations are struggling with how to innovate.
Robert, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We're going to talk about something that you and I are particularly excited about, which is leading innovation efforts in an organization. But it's also something that's on the mind of a lot of industry leaders these days as well. And you are uniquely well qualified to talk on this topic. Not only are you an adjunct professor at Cornell University, where you teach innovation strategy, which is how we met, but you also have more than a decade of experience with hands-on practice leading innovation strategies within large organizations, including in the airline sector, big tech, and banking. So thank you so much for your time today. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you, Lesley. It's great to be here.
I want to start talking about why you think innovation is such a buzzword right now. What I'm seeing is that even more traditional organizations, risk-averse organizations, nonprofit organizations are starting to recognize that they really need to be thinking about innovation efforts. Why do you think that is?
Three reasons. One, to evolve, like 3M did and Procter and Gamble. Two, to survive in today's competitive marketplace. And three, to prosper in today's market and also into the future.
And in one of your articles, you talk about the fact that organizations want to inspire innovation, but their very own policies and culture often prove to be a barrier to the employees putting forward ideas or feeling confident innovating. How do organizations take a first step towards reconciling that tension?
It would start with the top, the very top. The leader of your organization, he or she needs to clearly articulate where the organization is, where it needs to go, what the vision is. And it's also critical that the middle management, that they buy into that, okay? They accept that. It isn't just a nod, it's they really actively buy into it and they reinforce it with their staff and they talk about that with their staff and they encourage their staff. We want ideas. We want ideas that align to where the organization is going and a way to be able to channel those ideas and hopefully how to get involved in this so they feel like they're part of the solution and they have a purpose and that their voice really matters.
On one hand, we're hearing that there's high levels of failure in innovation efforts, and so that makes it a difficult business case for an organization to take on. But on the other hand, we know that we're basically in an innovate or die kind of scenario right now, where you basically have to innovate to stay on par, to compete. So given the importance of failure, really, to ultimately to being successful, how does an organization change its culture to develop a higher aptitude for failing forward?
About 100 years ago, Henry Ford, the auto icon, said that failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, but this time more intelligently. So we have to learn from our failures, and we have to be able to then adjust, try again, and be ultimately be successful. It didn't take Henry Ford 1 year to build the Model T Ford. It took time, okay? And that's what can hold an organization back is because they don't have the courage and the appetite for some level of risk that they really need to have.
My last question for you, Robert, is your advice for the maverick innovator in an organization. So in your role as Cornell professor, I know you mentor a lot of people, some who are leading innovation strategies today and others who want to be. So what advice do you have for someone who's not in the innovation space today? Maybe they're not a leader yet, or maybe they are a leader, but they haven't been tasked with leading innovation, and they're really committed to bringing more innovation to their organization.
I would say, one, do your homework, okay? Understand your organization, where it is today and where it wants to be tomorrow. Check your organization's website. Look at what the vision, the mission is, okay? The second step is to tactfully challenge what what's going on in your organization, maybe in your group in particular, where you have a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge. Think about what could be done differently, what could be done better, and share that with your manager. Make sure you put this into your annual performance plan so it comes up every 3, 6, 12 months. It's on the radar, and you can again get some direction from your manager in terms of mentoring and training and getting even smarter at innovation and get involved. Just don't sit back and think someone else is going to do it.
Right.
Again, if you want to be an innovator, you got to act like one. Okay, so assert yourself in a tactful way and get involved in a committee. The last point is get smarter on innovation. Take a course, get a certificate, but stick with it, okay, and get committed to it. And I think if you do all of these things, you'll get recognized for it, okay? You'll feel better intrinsically because you're accomplishing some things that you want to get done and get the peer recognition for it. And it might position you for another opportunity to take another step closer towards working for an innovation group.
To your point about getting a certificate, I highly recommend Cornell's Innovation Strategy Certificate. You know how much I enjoyed that. And if people can get you as their professor, they're extremely lucky. So thank you so much for your time today and for giving all this great feedback to us.
Thank you, Lesley, and I wish everyone good luck at innovating.